everybody, Smash Puppy here. Tonight I'm going to be unboxing the Xbox One controller, as well as a couple other things. I'm going to unbox the Play and Charge kit, and I'm also going to unwrap the Assassin's Creed Black Flag hardback strategy guidebook. Kind of show you a little bit about that. Mainly this video, though, is going to be about the controller. So, I've got a regular Xbox controller here. It's a little dirty. I don't ever use this one. So, that's going to be kind of my guideline. I'm going to prove a lot of people's theories wrong about the controller. The size of it and everything. So, first off, already opened it up. Already took it out. Already looked at it. The boxing, I really like the boxing. It's really cool. You can kind of see it's kind of a flat finish and then a gloss finish on the actual pictures. Has all the normal stats and everything on there. This one is a special edition one where it comes with the charge and play kit in it. It's not just the controller. So the normal ones are going to be just the controller. A little more expensive to pick up the one with the charge and play kit in it. As well as I got the extra charge and play kit for when I get the system with the console in it. So first off, what I'm going to do is I'm going to open it up. Which you can see, it's pretty cool. You're going to want to open the large end upwards when you open it up, and it's kind of laying there nice and pretty for you to take a look at. Alright, so I'm going to take it out here, and then I'm going to show you what else is in the box real quick. So in the box, obviously the battery, basically the size of 2 AA's stacked together, and then underneath your packaging you have your cable, and I did already plug this into the Xbox One to see if it would work. It does turn on the console when you push the button, but that's it. As soon as the console's on, it doesn't work. The light doesn't light back up or anything. I even tried to pair it using the battery. It didn't work. So it doesn't work on the Xbox 360 at all. Quick start book, warranty information, and then this. Basically, this is your 2-day gold live subscription. It does have a scanner on the back, so you can just scan that in with the Kinect instead of having to type in all that. Pretty cool. The quick start book here, pretty basic. It's what a quick start book is. I mean, anymore, they just show you pictures. They don't really have any words or anything. Shows you here the red light or orange light, whatever that'll be, will be charging. The white light, it looks like, will mean it's fully charged. The pair button on the controller, which I'll go over all that. And I am going to show you my theories on the controller. Everybody keeps saying it's smaller. It's smaller. It is not smaller. If you hold the controller exactly like this, where the line is on the bottom of the controller, it lines up perfectly. This controller is going to be pretty much exactly identical to the same size as the existing controller. Even if you hold it up this way, you can see, same size. The only thing that's different on the controller is these are smaller. The circles here are smaller. This is actually lifted. So they said they lowered this, but what they actually done is lifted the whole base of the unit up to where the base is flush with the plus pad. So they lifted this portion upward to make it level. Same thing, kind of lifted it upward to make it more level. And then as far as this is the same thickness again here. But what you're getting is the illusion of the different size because of that. Another thing I was really worried about, as you know, I did put a video up of gameplay. I had played with the controller they had there, and there was a couple things that really worried me about the controller. One, everybody was complaining about the bumpers. You can see my fingers are all the way on it, and it's pushing. It's pushing just fine for me. Now, on the demos, The one they have at the Microsoft Store, it does not do that. It does not. I guarantee you. I hated it. I was so worried that these controllers were going to be garbage. But they actually work really well. You can push them down. You can see pretty much anywhere on the button I push it, it's going to click. So you really don't have any problem. It works really, really well. So the controller, so far, so good. The other thing, I do like these, how smaller they are. I think that's actually going to help control your movement quicker. The other thing though is here where it touches when it wraps around, the ones they had in the Microsoft Store were basically cutting into the stick. So eventually the stick would probably snap off because it would rub it so much. But what I'm noticing is that plastic either on this one is better to where it's not doing that because it's not even scratching it. And they haven't had that one that long. They've only had it a couple days up there. So for it to have had that kind of wear on it, really kind of worried me that it wasn't going to last long. But these controllers seem to be a lot better. So if you did make it to one of the live events that they're having or up to the store to play with it, it actually works a lot better as far as the buttons on the top, the quality, it feels better. Everything feels really good. As far as the buttons themselves, the joysticks, tighter on the old one, looser on the new one. This, kind of the same as far as feeling, except for this clicks. Which, if you've watched any other videos, they've kind of made comment of that. It's pretty cool. As far as the pressing of the buttons, pretty close to being the same. These are a little bit softer, I think, when you push them. That's definitely softer than pushing on there. These are softer. This is a lot harder. That is probably one thing that is bad about that. These seem to be so easy to push. These you have to push a little harder. These are a lot easier to pull than these triggers. These triggers I always thought were really stiff. These are nice and smooth, and I don't know, I just think that they're a little bit better. Obviously you take it out there, you have the battery pack place. I'm going to go ahead and throw my chargeable battery in there, and you can kind of see how that fits in there. And then of course the door just goes right back on. So, and then it plugs in there to the top. Another thing I wanted to point out, because I haven't really heard anybody else talk about it, is in the top of the controller, I think that's how the Kinect's going to work. The IR blaster, if anybody knows anything about how IR blasters work, obviously the Xbox is going to need that with the voice commands of your cable box. So what I'm thinking is this is definitely an IR blaster. You can tell, one, by the color of it. I don't know how well it comes up on the video, but if you look at pictures, a lot of the pictures will show you, you'll see these little boxes on each side of here, as well as you'll see a box over here. What that is, it's an IR blaster. So basically what I think is going to have to happen is this controller is going to have to be somewhere within the room, and your cable box is going to have to be, I guess, that direction of the controller. When you give a command, it's basically going to tell the controller, hey, I need you to send out an IR blast of this command so it works for the cable box. If this was in a drawer or something, which is very common at my house, if my wife sees this laying around, she's going to pick it up, she's going to throw it in a drawer, and if I go to use my voice commands, they're obviously not going to work, because that's what this is. This is definitely an IR blaster of some kind. Why else would they put infrared in a controller if not for your cable box? So I haven't heard anybody else really talk about that. The buttons look really cool. They kind of do have that floating look to them because they just kind of jump out at you, versus being these. I mean, this controller, honestly, I've always thought it looks generic compared to some of my other 360 controllers, but it's, when you hold them side by side, it's almost a no-brainer. It's so much more comfortable. They're saying the battery pack was a big thing. I never had a problem with it. When I held my controller, my finger was always like this on the back. So I never really noticed. I could play video games for hours and never really noticed the battery pack. I guess some people may have stuck their fingers out. I don't think I'll ever notice. When I played it, I didn't notice. And honestly, when I played it, I didn't really notice a controller size difference. And I'm happy that I'm actually able to compare them side by side. You can really see there's really not a difference. pretty much everywhere you hold it, it feels exactly the same. So everybody kept saying, oh, it's smaller, it's smaller. I really don't think it is smaller. If you got out some kind of measuring tool that could actually measure this, I'm pretty sure 90% of the places it's probably going to measure the same, at least in the important areas. And that's like places at the base, at the top, where your button and finger layouts are. So I really don't think there is much of a difference on that. I'm sure it is more comfortable for most people. They did do a lot of testing on it. Other than that, I really like it. Obviously, I can't plug it in and show you right now playing because I don't have an Xbox One yet. So stay tuned. I'm going to do 2 more videos tonight. I did just upload some new information on Shadow Jago, which I pre-ordered as well, and some other stuff. So just check that out, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching, and until then.